Nigga kill over a bitch but let a rat keep his wife.
Accomplish what he wanted to accomplish. He wanted to get somebody in front of him who the entire city of Atlanta respected, and that was Bank.
Hey, y'all. Akademiks and Dawg Face on the phone talk about this big Bank and 6ix9ine situation. 6ix9ine handled Bank. You hear me? I ain't never seen 6ix9ine handle a nigga like that. Nah, he be passionate and yelling and doing this thing when it come to exploiting niggas who snitching or, you know, same type of thing he did, but he stand on his. So, you know, he get a little passionate sometimes. And he walk shit down. But this time, he was treating Banks. You hear me? But let's get into this. And then I'm gonna hit y'all with my opinion.
Okay.
That was Bank. It was what it was. He accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. He wanted to confront somebody about all of the hypocrisy, about all of the lies and deceptions and cover-up that's been going on in the city of Atlanta, while at the same time, the same people who have been calling other people out, they have been the same people who have been guilty of doing worse than 6ix9ine.
So do you believe him? And I'm guessing I'm asking you, where do you lie on the matter?
I mean, listen, brother. 6ix9ine did what he did. He stood on it. He's standing on it. Whether you like it or not, whether you accept or acknowledge, whether you accept his reasoning behind why he did what he did, that's on you to accept it or not. But the fact of the matter is, just because he told on something, don't mean that he doesn't have the right to point out other people who have done the same thing but have received special treatment. All this shit.
Nah. The reasoning behind him telling 6ix9ine got robbed by the guys. He got kidnapped by the guys. The guys was sticking in his girl every which way. And you think he supposed to be loyal to some niggas like that? I don't know. Now look, I came down on 6ix9ine hard, you hear me? But those are the things I overlooked and my mind wasn't on, brody. I'ma keep it 100 with you. I'm not loyal to the soil for no niggas that didn't kidnap me, robbed me, did things with my girl, with my spicy nugget. That's my spicy nugget, nigga. They ain't keep it real with him. So he supposed to take 40 years for these niggas. Now, back then, I was looking at it different. But like I said, my computer wasn't computing. I ain't even gonna hold you up. Nigga, ain't no niggas about to do that to me, and I've been holding the guys down, and I ain't taking 40 years. I'm telling you niggas that right now. If you ain't loyal to me, nigga. But anyway, let's get back into this.
About him being Mexican and Puerto Rican, man, what in the fuck does that got to do with anything? I don't even know why people are bringing up the fact that he's Mexican as if Mexicans are that much different from niggas. Where I'm from, Detroit, bro, Mexicans and niggas operate together. They move together. They operate together. They ain't like Southern California where there's a quantitative difference between how the essays move versus how the niggas move. Like in Detroit, bro, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, it's all the same shit. And him being Mexican, what the fuck? They got to do anything. So he can't speak on shit that happens in the black community because he's Mexican. That shit sound slow as a motherfucker.
Well, what do you think about he made some mentions towards a lot of Atlanta dudes, and he says they're basically alike. What do you think?
They are alike. They are alike. They are alike. Don't forget, Atlanta is at the forefront of hip hop, bro. So a lot of what Atlanta artists have said about what ratting is, what ratting isn't, a lot of what they've been saying, though, that's what people have been biting off into. That's what people have allowed to kind of like run the show. And so you can't call 6ix9ine a rat and point out all the rat and all the shit that he did wrong, while at the same time you got motherfuckers in your own city who has done what he did And in some situations, it's worse than what he did, but you don't want to call him out because you're friends with him. That's called selective gangsterism, bro. You can't.
So listen, that is selective gangsterism right there. Selective politics, selective all that. Nigga, you got people in your hood that have done the same thing. When people talk about other niggas who done told and come down on them hard, this is how I look at this right here. They really don't care that nigga told. Your man's told, you ain't treat him the same way. You only doing it to fit in, to look good. He told. We ain't fucking with him. Whole time, your man sitting right next to you. And probably did worse than him. To be honest with you, that's what be going on.
Do that. If you're gonna be a fair judge, if you're gonna be a fair arbiter, then you can't be operating with no bias, man, and you can't be afraid to call it like you see it. And all this, he Mexican and he told on somebody black. What the fuck they got to do with anything? Niggas tell on other niggas all day. Do we say that you especially wrong because you black and you told on somebody black? That don't got nothing to do with nothing. I don't even know why he brought that shit up. I think that he brought that up because he was running out of excuses to justify the difference he was trying to make between 6ix9ine and somebody else. The rules are, according to Atlanta Hip Hop Elite, if you talk to the police at all, if you do anything but lawyer up, that's snitching. If you acknowledge anything, that's snitching. If you take the stand on somebody, that's snitching. Atlanta has been, 21 Savage, Young Thug, Gunna, Lil Baby, QCP, they set the standard for what ratting and what telling and what snitching is. And then come to find out, y'all sit back, y'all judging people, but y'all just as guilty, if not worse, of violating the same principles and the same rules that y'all have criticized other people for.
Now, he's 100% correct. Atlanta stood at the front of changing up this rat rule, this snitch rule. They definitely did. When really, as far as I could go back, and I ain't that old, but I've been around. Snitching, that's always been like a nigga been called a rat. That's because niggas was in dealings together, in the car together, did things together, and you tell to get out the situation. But they didn't remix it. They saying everything telling. You say hi to the police. You told. He told. What the paperwork say? It said that nigga said hi. Oh, he told. X him out. That's how them Atlanta niggas is coming as far as snitching and ratting. Oh, he said something. He didn't call for his lawyer. But when you run down all the Atlanta stars and the elites, man, they was talking like they were talking for a long time. Doug was in there 2 hours.
And that's why they're getting so much flack for it. It's not because snitching is new to Atlanta. It's not because people just trying to point the finger at them. They are under so much scrutiny, and people are on their ass because these are the same motherfuckers who set the standard, and come to find out they was violating the standard the whole time. 6ix9ine was right when he pointed out, see, listen, we didn't necessarily know if all those people knew what was going on with Gunna, right? Whether you think Gunna is a snitch or not, that's up for debate. Whether you think T.I. is a snitch or not, that's up for debate. Whether you think QCP was wrong for what he did, that's up for debate. Whether you think Thug and what Thug did, all that shit is up for debate. It's a matter of personal opinion based on whether you like a motherfucker or not. That's where the problem come in at.
Hey, so do you believe that Young Thug is a snitch?
Young Thug, according to his own standard, yes. He went in the room and he was basically debriefed. Even though it was a state case, he debriefed for 2 hours. He was supposed to lawyer up according to the standards they set. And don't forget, Atlanta's hip hop elite, they were the ones who established what the standard was. Don't talk to the police. Lawyer up. You ain't got nothing to say.
Damn.
Don't associate with rats. Don't interview rats. Don't do song with rats. Don't do any of that. Hey, listen, don't forget, Big Bank was one of the most vocal people. Thug was one of the most vocal people from a jail cell. He was vocal about what Kodak Black did in terms of taking that $1 million to do that song with 6ix9ine. Atlanta rappers, the Atlanta hip hop elite was more vocal about what Kodak Black did and whether it was appropriate or not. And they said it was inappropriate. They said it was wrong. Kodak Black tried to justify, hey, listen, man, he gave me $1 million to drop a 16-bar verse on the song, and I dissed him on the verse. He gave me $1 million to drop a 16-bar verse, and I dissed him on the verse. And they gave him flack for that. Well, Big Bang. 6ix9ine exposed the fact that he paid you to come to his humble abode and interview him.
Wait, did 6ix9ine pay for that? I didn't.
He paid. Just watch it. You got to go back and look at it. He said that I paid you to be here. You're here in my house.
He paid that nigga to be there. So which means, oh, that's a setup. If he paid that nigga, you seen how he was handling Banks? He was handling Banks. Banks saying, pull that down. Oh, I don't want to see that. Oh, I ain't gonna answer that. I don't want to get into it. When it's straight cut questions, answer them, nigga. It's not a crime to answer them. Them niggas put themselves in that position. You not answering them. Daniel was able to handle you, and it looked it bad. And since he paid you, you couldn't put the brakes on that. Like, hey, nigga, because he paid you. Like, nigga, I'm not going for that. I'm running the show here. Chill out. Nigga, this is my show. I'm running it, nigga. You ain't finna run me. I'm here to ask the questions, nigga. But he couldn't because he took the setup. And, oh, Kodak. I was one of the ones that came down on Kodak hard. I'm a nigga, I listen to Kodak heavy. I rock with Kodak. Kodak is probably in my top 5. You know what I'm saying? Nah, Kodak in my top 10. But then, nah, Kodak might be in my top 5. I feel that nigga too much. Like, but I came down on him hard for a minute. I set Kodak down because he did a song with Kodak. I mean, with 6ix9ine. I'm like, what? But like I said, go back to when I said my computer wasn't computing. Man, I'm not being loyal. I had to answer and be truthful. You know what I'm saying? None of that lying, none of that hypocrisy. No, be true. If niggas did X, Y, Z to you, come on. You been feeding the guys. You been doing. You ain't just in the group. You been feeding the guys. You, why they strong like that. You, why they got more firepower. You, why it's a couple more niggas gonna hold. Yeah. Because that money, he was the reason. And they bit the hand that fed him. I can't say that I wouldn't have been like, man, fuck them niggas. I'm going to be 100% with you. And that's not even my style. I ain't never been in that position. I'd have been told on before, and I ain't tell on the next man. But the way that happened, how they did that, man, I got to keep it 100 with you. I got to keep it 100 with you. And as far as Kodak getting his money and not having nothing to do with that, listen, business is business. If you ain't in the streets, you ain't rocking like that no more. If you changing your life, you got to change it, nigga. In order for things to change, you got to change. Some things got to change. If you ain't walking that same road no more, you don't got to act like you walking that road. Now, for the ones who pretty much like, hey, I'm not walking that road because I got caught. I done told on niggas I done did X, Y, Z, and they trying to, oh, no, it don't count for you, nigga. You got to leave with a clean jacket. And then, nigga, I don't want to play by these rules no more. I left with a clean jacket. Business is business. That's how I feel about that.
You're in my house because I paid you to be here. So it's a lot of hypocrisy going on. So Atlanta is falling under a lot of scrutiny, and people are getting mad about it. And y'all point out, we did this, we did that, like it's brand new. No, we're not pointing out what you guys did or what you guys said because it's brand new or because we don't believe that it happens like that. We're pointing out what y'all said and what y'all did because y'all are Atlanta. They are the ones who defined in this generation of hip hop. They are the ones who provided the explanation. They're the ones who provided the standard. They're the ones who provided the game plan for what snitching was and what snitching wasn't, especially when it came down to hip hop artists. So Big Bank, you took $10,000 to go down there and do that interview. You acknowledged it. 6ix9ine put you on the floor. You acknowledged it. You went out there and you took that motherfucking money. You took a bite out of the poisonous apple the same way y'all said that Kodak Black took a bite from the poisonous apple. You took money to interview him. So now we have to look back in hindsight at what they were saying about Kodak Black. Let's be fair. You guys said that Kodak Black was wrong. You know, you're not a rat, Kodak, but you're a rat sympathizer because you did a song with a motherfucker who you know was a rat. And Kodak Black said, shit, I got that money, bro. It's about the money. It's about the business. You know, I don't give a fuck about whether he read it or not. That's none of my business. He gave me some money to do a verse with him. I wouldn't give a fuck if he was a Martian from the Andromeda Galaxy. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go get that motherfucking $1 million. And they said, no, you're wrong. You shouldn't have did that. You violated street code. So what did Big Bank do when he got paid to go down there to 6ix9ine's house to interview him? And what are you interviewing him about? What's new with 6ix9ine? Did he drop an album? Drop a mixtape?
Well,
is he in a movie?
I feel like he's trying to push that conversation forward because I think Atlanta, you know, I'm starting to hear Atlanta rappers kind of talk about it. The Young Thugs, the Gunners, and them kind of there's a dark cloud over the city where people are starting to say, this is the land of hypocrites. Most of these guys, they aren't